people who are going and don't know, it's the King Boss. Welcome back. So as you can see in front of me, I have a Raspberry Pi 4 Model B. I've wanted to get my hands on an actual Raspberry Pi for a while. I've got the 4GB version here, but I've also got the Raspberry Pi 5. Finally got one of these. I am super excited to try this out. I have a personal project I actually want to work on. I might use the Raspberry Pi 4 because of the low power consumption. It's going to be me doing optical character recognition, so basically ANPR, automatic number plate recognition, checking a local database if the information is there. If the information is not in the local database, might just be MySQL Lite in Python. If the information is not there, then go check an online database kept on a server somewhere. If the information is present, return to me whatever I want. So I might want the name of the driver, I might want the details of the car, whatever it is. That's pretty easy enough to return. So that's a personal project I want to work on, and I hopefully, if I can get it working, I want to put everything, every single step on GitHub, on a GitHub page I have, which I will put in the description as well. But before I get to any of that, I want to go through and show you guys how to set up the Raspberry Pi 4, and I'm also going to show you how to set up the Raspberry Pi 5. After that, I'm going to do a comparison video showing you the speed differences between both of them. Now, I know that these videos are quite a bit online already. However, I'm going to be using my personal setup to do this, so hopefully somebody will find it useful. I'm going to show every single step because I found most of the videos I find, they give you links, they tell you to click on this and they tell you to go there, but they don't actually show you. So if you're someone who's doing this from the complete beginning, never held a Raspberry Pi before, don't know how to set anything up, I'm going to show you a dummy's guide essentially, and all you'll need following my video is a web browser, and to obviously watch the video, and a web browser to also download the files necessary. I'm going to show you everything from a Windows PC. I do have a Linux machine as well, so that's my Linux mini PC there, which I use. My Windows laptop is connected to my dock, but I'm not going to be using my Linux PC for this one. I'm only going to be using my Windows PC because I do believe that most people, well, not I believe, it's a fact that most people have Windows PCs. So that's the route I'm going to take. Hopefully you guys find this interesting. Hopefully you like it. On my desk I've got quite a few things, but I'm going to simply tell you what I'm going to be using to set this up. So quite obviously you need a power supply. And I would very highly recommend a power supply that comes from the Raspberry Pi people, the foundation themselves, because that one has been tested, it's been fixed. Just use that one. It's way better than using anything else. However, if you do find yourself with a Raspberry Pi or a USB-C power cable that can deliver the amount of power that it needs, then perfect. So this one here is for the Raspberry Pi 4. I've also got one for the Raspberry Pi 5. This does use more power, 27 watts versus the 15 I believe it was before. Don't quote me on that. And after that I have micro SD card adapters. These SD cards are probably overkill for this, but I got them anyway because I'm going to be using them for other projects as well. But any micro SD card within reason should work. I wouldn't go for anything less than 32 gigabytes, just so the system has enough room to do updates and to download applications. 64 gigabytes should be good enough. I've got two of these, so one for the Raspberry Pi 4 and one for the Raspberry Pi 5. Now for the Raspberry Pi 5, I do have an official Raspberry Pi case which comes with a fan as well. So the new cases, they come with fans. I believe there's a heatsink in there as well, but if not, I do have a separate one. For the Raspberry Pi 4, because it doesn't come with an official anything, I'm gonna go a bit overkill for this one, only because I believe I'm gonna be using my Raspberry Pi 4s for more projects. So this is what I'll be using to cool the Raspberry Pi 4. It is overkill, but I had these fans sitting around. They connect via USB. They do have speed control, so I was like, you know what, I might as well stick some heat sinks on the Raspberry Pi 4 chips, put this on top, and just see how it works. It should work fine. Because I had these lying around, I would recommend you go out and buy these. Just get something cheap, get a case that already has a fan built in, leave the top off so it stays a lot more cooler, and you should be fine. This is also what I have stuck on the case of my mini PC. So this is my mini PC here. What I've done, I've put some holes in the top and some holes in the bottom. The motherboard sits in the middle with all the components, so the air actually doesn't pass through, but I just blow cool air at it through the holes that I've put in the top and the holes I put in the bottom. Seems to be working quite well. I like my things running super cool. So thanks for watching, stay tuned, and the next video is going to be me setting up my Raspberry Pi 4.